Shalom. All praises, honor, glory, blessings, and power be to Yahweh Hashem Yashai, Bahashem Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone, and a huge hearty shalom to the prophets of that body. Shalom to the 144,000 and 1/3. May the spirit of endurance be upon you and your households as we approach the end. This news story, there's so many different news stories coming out of people deleting each other, family members deleting each other, children being deleted. You can't keep up because the Lord is just cleaning house at the moment. Now, this person on the screen, it looked like to be an Edomite family, or the person looks like an Edomite and he deleted his Edomite family, or his deleting his wife's Edomite family, right? They look like Edomites, but only the Lord knows what they really are. More than likely Esau, Edom, all right, because everybody can't be an Israelite. But the fact remains, okay, these kind of deletings are happening amongst, Jake, as well as the heathen. And the Lord is just bringing, judgment on this earth, And a lot of people are snapping, crashing out, The Lord has, created, has got these spirits of vengeance, doing his work out there. And this man, he's going to DIE, right? They've got him lined up for that, for some 2018 murders where he deleted his wife and his wife's family, his wife and his whole wife's family. He deleted his whole he deleted his in-laws and his wife. He just eliminated them. Okay, let me just play. It's 2 minutes 19 seconds. It's not too long. And what you got to understand is these kind of spirits, this is going to amplify and amplify and amplify and amplify. All right, okay. So our Lord is taking care, is dealing with Jake, and Jake is getting it in more of a gruesome form. Okay, I've noticed that as well. Really gruesome, because they're his, they're the Lord's children. These 2/3 have really pissed off the Lord. Okay, and then also on the flip side, the Lord is clearing up house. Zechariah 13:8 and 13:9, deleting the 2/3, and only 1/3 is going to make it through. And then the Lord is also taking care of the heathen as well, meaning that he's deleting them too. Okay, because these crackers are only going to die, rest, for a little while in the, in the spiritual realm, then come back down as babies in slavery in chains. Okay, that's all it simply is. And but the Lord is getting rid of them, cleaning house. All right, which for these damn heathens, it's a form of mercy than getting hit with nukes, right? See, the Lord is merciful to the heathen as well to a certain degree. If you want to look at it that way, yeah, because they're not going to get hit with nukes. They're not dying through starvation. They're not dying through being raped, or they're not dying through, being partially hacked up, and then some animals come and gnaw on their flesh for about half an hour before they give up the ghost. But the Lord is, working and getting these things done, man. Spirits created for vengeance. Once your number, your number comes up, and the Lord's going to get you, the Lord's going to get you. So it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living power, man. Not that we give a SHIT about these heathens, but I'm just, highlighting the point that the Lord is getting the heathen as well as our people. All right. And these are spirits created for vengeance. All right. Now, let me see if I can play this.
Shelby Neal was sentenced to the death penalty three times earlier this afternoon. This comes after he was found guilty of murdering his wife, her parents, and brother back in 2018. And he covered it all up. Fox 13's Kylie Jones was in the courtroom for his sentencing and brings us the latest.
The defendant, under the laws of the state of Florida, has forfeited his right to live.
Keeping in line with the jury's recommendation, a Pinellas County judge gave Shelby Neely not one, but 3 sentences of the death penalty. The judge said he made his decision ahead of the hearing, but we heard one last impact statement from Jamie Ivancic's biological sister.
Mistakes she's taken so much shattered everybody's world. She should still be here today, experiencing amazing children and making memories with them.
We go with the pausing.
Neely has been serving a 30-year sentence for killing his wife, Jamie, in January of 2018. But he was sentenced to death on Friday for the triple murder of Jamie's parents and brother. After covering up Jamie's death for almost a year, Neely killed her parents, Richard and Laura Ivancic, and her brother, Nick Ivancic, at their Tarpon Springs home in December of 2018. Here inside the Pinellas County Courthouse, that sentence only lasted about 15 minutes before Neely was sent to death row. After almost 8 years of court proceedings, this is the day that the surviving Ivancic children have waited for.
Finally, justice has been served. This coward's going to get what he deserved. The justice was served. I think the judge made a great ruling. Our family will be able to have some closure finally.
Rich Ivancic says he made the welfare call to police back in 2018, which led them to the bodies of his parents and adopted brother.
They were kind people. They were really kind people that, they adopted these kids when they had nothing. At a young age, they came from drug-addicted family members, so they gave them everything that we never had growing up.
Neely chose not to say anything when the judge asked if he had any final words. He accepted his fate without a reaction. As he was taken away, one of the Ivancic family members called him a coward. Right after Neely was sentenced, his attorneys said they already filed a motion for a new trial. But for now, Neely will stay in prison and wait to be put to death. In Pinellas County, Kylie Jones, Fox 13 News.
And there's another one here, look. Florida man accused of stabbing wife to death. Right? And that looks like a Jake. Okay? Looks like a Jake. But anyway, let's go to some scriptures now. Just bear with me one moment.
Four-time killer in Pinellas County will be put to death. Neely was sentenced to the death penalty 3 times earlier this afternoon. This comes after he was found guilty of murdering his wife, her parents, and brother back in 2018. And he covered it all up. Fox 13's Kylie Jones was in the courtroom for his sentencing and brings us the latest.
The defendant, under the laws of the state of Florida, has forfeited his right to live.
Keeping in line with the jury.
All right. All right. Spirits create for vengeance. Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire, hell and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Verse 30. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. Verse 31. They shall rejoice in his commandment. They shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Okay? These spirits are created for vengeance. Okay? Remember, the Lord, deals with the right-hand side and the left-hand side. There is no war between the Most High and Satan. Satan works for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Satan is just another angel. Satan just is an angel on the left-hand side. Okay? The Lord, deals with the good and the evil. All right? And these spirits, when they're told to do something, they do it. Okay? Because it's mentioned here, the Lord says, they shall not transgress his word, these spirits. They don't transgress. So the Lord has got these spirits, within within human beings, right? You got these crazy things happening with weather, these bricks falling out of the sky that are like 20, 30 times, and like it's supposed to be hailstones. There's damn near bricks falling out of the sky, cracking people's skulls open, or heavy hailstones like golf balls. All right, fire, hail, okay, starvation. There's also new segments coming out of people starving their children, but these people that are starving their children are obese themselves. Okay, animals eating up people, eating them while they're partially alive. All right, scorpions and serpents. You're going to see scorpions and serpents do work as well, because when our society fails or falls, you think all these animals, these serpents, these reptiles that are in these zoos, You think somebody's not going to magically press the button? You think Esau Edom, these so-called elites, have got their cameras everywhere, okay? They're going to be sitting in their bunkers watching the world go to shit while, it's going to be like they're going to have screens everywhere. They're ahead of the technology game a couple of generations. What we got is old tech right now that we're using. They got cameras everywhere. They can see everything. This is entertainment for them while they do lines of coke and drink, 100-year-old champagne or wine or whatever, or cognac. All right? This is entertainment for them. You think they're not going to press that button? They can say, oh yeah, tell so-and-so to press the button. Hit that button so all the zoos doors open. Let the lions out, let the tigers out, let the, what's that movie, Anaconda? Yeah, those huge ass type snake type things, People got these kind of, especially in Miami, Florida, people got these exotic animals and things in their homes and other parts of the world. Esau, the so-called white man, loves to have crazy animals and things like that in his house too. Okay? So the Lord has got some crazy spirits out there, man, to do some crazy work. And this is just nothing. It was just, it just stood out, this news story, because this guy deleted his whole family. All right? Okay? And the way somebody gets deleted, it's not really an honorable death, right? Okay? So these people weren't right in the first place. Because when some of these people get deleted, heathens, Jake, they will say, oh, they were so-and-so good, they were supportive, this, that, and the third. Okay? They adopted children. You know what Esau does with adopted children, right? All right? I'm not going to say no more about that. You know their nature, right? That sodomite nature they have, that evil PDF file nature they have. We don't know, but I'm just speculating. All right? But the fact remains that the way a person gets deleted is not honorable death. And we don't give a shit about Edomite anyway, because they're not honorable in any shape or form. So the Lord got these damn devils. Okay, but the Lord is getting Jake too in more gruesome fashions. Why? Because they're his children. The Lord is getting them too, man. All right? And these spirits do not transgress the Lord's word, man. Let's go to Isaiah 45, verse 7. And this, should put fear in your heart, Jacob. You feel like you're on a tightrope, because listen, man, the hopeful elect don't want no smoke with Yahweh Hashem Shai. Are you crazy? We fear the creator, not the creation. Isaiah 45, verse 7. This is the Lord speaking. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Shai, do all these things. The Lord creates it all. The Lord deals with it all. Satan is just another angel. All these demons and all these kind of left-hand side energies are all created by Yahweh Bashim Shai, and they all report to Yahweh Bashim Shai the way an employee reports to the CEO or director or whatever. Do you understand? There's a hierarchy in the heavens also. All right? And man, we don't, and it's a fearful thing. The Lord don't play, man. The Lord does not play, man. Let's go to Hebrews 10:31. I'm just going to read that last scripture. Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, it's a fearful thing. All right, so we're coming to the point where we're going to see a lot of miracles for the elect. And on the left-hand side, we're going to see a lot of these evil spirits manifest. All right? And that's going to manifest to the people that it's supposed to manifest to so you can get them. But the elect are going to be covered. And even if the elect do see these evil spirits, they're not going to be afraid because the angels are going to be walking with them. Okay? Psalms 30. Yeah, the angels walk with them. Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. It's Psalms 34. Which one is it? Psalms 34, verse 7, I think, is it? Let me just see if that's the right one I quoted. No. Oh, yeah. Psalms 34, verse 7. Correct, yeah. Psalms 34 verse 7. The angel of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. So the elect don't have to worry. All right. But you heathens and 2/3, judgment is coming for you. And this is only going to amplify. We're in the time of miracles. We're in the time where we're going to see some great things. We're in the time where, a lot of us, okay, it's beautiful to watch a nice Superman movie. You get motivated in the spirit, Kal-El, and you see the mantle, you see the flying, the spiritual power. Me personally, my favorite superhero is, from a worldly point of view, when I watch Superman, I think about, Yahweh Shem Shai, the power that the Lord has, and also with the kind of power the elect are going to have. But we don't care about Superman, but I'm just saying what they show, because they get all these movies, these movies, all the inspiration comes from the Bible. Okay, all the inspiration comes from the Bible. All right, so we're in a time where we, instead of, because we're a lot of the hopeful elect want to see these things firsthand now, these miracles, these spiritual things. All right, and we're in the time of deliverance. We're in the time of, we're going to see spiritual power. We're in the time we're going to see a lot of people DIE as well. All right, firsthand as well as on the news, before we see these things live and direct in the streets wherever we reside in different parts of the world, wherever the hopeful elect are. Okay, so we're in that time, because a lot of the hopeful elect are thinking, okay, it's cool to watch a movie, it's cool to watch an anime or a cartoon, right? But we want to, we want to see these miracles now. We want to be, Lord willing, part of that number to get a little bit of that lovely power, man. So we can get down and get dirty as well and get busy. Not dirty, but you know what I mean? Get busy and, help with the deleting of Esau, Edom, the heathens. And Lord willing, a part of that number to be saved. Deleting of the 2/3 too, or the unelect Jakes. That's been a hindrance, man. All right. So the elect don't have to worry, man, but we're going to see an amplification of more of these deletings. All right. And like I said again, I'm going to say again, third time, we don't give a shit about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, or the heathens. But I'm just pointing out a fact that the Lord is working and deleting people left, right, and center, okay, in gruesome fashions that need to be deleted, because it's judgment time. All right. All praises, honor, glory, blessings, and power be unto Abanoah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Radash, Mawathabad Babal, Kwam Yashrala, Shalom.